Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another one of our Gaiscioch Community Summits. This is summer 2024. We got a lot coming out. I don't know if you paid any attention to the conference season, but this year's summer events were insane. Just announces everywhere, reveals everywhere. A lot of release dates got announced that were really close, not a far wait at all. Some really surprising twists this year. So we're gonna jump on through those. First up, I sound soft. What do you mean I sound soft? Barely hitting red line. Alright, Any better? Tried turning it off again? Yeah, sorry, kitty. I don't know. I'm like creeping up on the red line. I shouldn't be soft. Any more, I start turning like a robot. Okay. So Gaiscioch is a community that we formed back in 2021 as a place where all players of all skill levels in all walks of life could find a place to belong. It was very essential for me when I first started this thing that all these people that were just tossed by the wayside, all these other guilds just were tossing them out because they didn't play enough or they weren't good enough. All of these people I rounded up and put together in Gaiscioch. Because I feel like every single one of us brings something unique to the table, and we're all pieces of that puzzle that can fit together. So we opened our doors, we welcomed everybody, and now we have 9,000 plus players over the 22 years that we've been rolling. Members are welcome to come and go as they please, so we see a lot of people that will join us today. They'll disappear for a few years and then come back later and join us right back where they left off. So we always are excited to meet up with old people again. It's great. Yeah, I've had some friends that they played Dark Age of Camelot with us, and then they were like gone. And then all of a sudden in Guild Wars 2 they pop up, and they remember me from Dark Age of Camelot. It's great. It's a wonderful system, and these people can just resume right where they left off the moment they come back. So it's really nice in that front. And our focus is on entertaining people. We want to bring entertainment to people's lives. We have struggles every single day of our life. There's drama, heartache, all this crap in your life. We don't want that here. We want to bring the entertainment, the enjoyment, the laughter, the doing crazy things that people would never even think of doing. That's what we bring to the table. And we care less about the tag above your head, more about the smile on your face. So, we don't care if you're in another guild and you want to roll with us for an event. Come to our events. Have fun with us, because we don't care. We just want you to be smiling at the end of the day. That's really what it is. Taking a look at our adventure lineup, we're broken into 4 tiers of adventures. We have war bands, which are our 2 to 10 player adventures. These are kind of the, hey, let's group up with some friends and play this game tonight kind of adventures. Usually those are, little survival games or first-person shooters, stuff like that. Then we have our adventures, which is like 11 to 50 people. These are kind of our medium-sized communities. These ones sometimes can get big, but oftentimes they usually stay around that 11 to 50 range. And that's pretty much the general nature of most of our adventures. It's usually in this range. Like when they're active, this is where they sit. Expeditions are when adventures get a little excited. And, like Black Desert, when it first launched, we had about 100 people, 125 people playing. It was pretty exciting, but it quickly tapered off back down to the adventure tier. But expeditions sometimes do happen. Usually when we see an adventure go to an expedition, we start playing it because probably right as they cross that 150 mark, they're probably going to want to become a chapter. And sometimes they stick. It's often hard to tell if a game's going to go full chapter on us or not. But, you usually can tell in the first few months if it's going to stay that size or if it's going to decline. And then chapters, that is our most active communities. Those are typically in the past over 200 players. Some of them exceeded 2,000 players. So it's those are the real big momentous things that we do, and we stick a lot of time into, and we have like a whole eldership team to support. It's pretty impressive when those go down. Next up, I wanted to kind of talk to you about the pillars of Gaiscioch. Now, I've been thinking of these all, like, pretty much the last 3 months, thinking about how we can kind of funnel these into different groups, and then kind of, I'm actually working on a little system that's going to give you, like, individual EXP credit based on the game type. So you could become, like, earn some badges for first-person shooters if you wanted, it'd be cool. So it's a little thing I'm working on. So over in the MMORPG, this is the bread and butter of our community. Pretty much all of our major chapters are MMORPGs. These are grand adventures for hundreds of people to enjoy together. We go do all kinds of things. PvE, PvP, we do all the things. Siege Warfare, this is a very kind of core, essential part of Gaiscioch. We started as a Siege community in Dark Age Camelot. We were 100% Siege. We never did anything but Siege. It was all Siege all day, every day. And we did that in Warhammer Online. Started getting a little hint of the PvE stuff that was kind of trickled in there. But for the most part, all the PvE was to help us make us stronger in PvP. Then when we went to Rift, it turned completely on its head. And we built an entire PvE community that had no PvP. And that was kind of an interesting dynamic. And by the time that we hit Guild Wars 2, we're kind of pretty balanced. So we had the PvP and PvE communities. So it's always been a kind of a part of our thing. And we do Conqueror's Blade, which is all Siege Warfare. Several games that are based around Siege Warfare. So that's kind of an essential pillar in our community. Then we have the fun stuff. This is what we do for, when we're waiting for that game to come out that you've been waiting. The new MMO on the horizon that you want to play. It's not quite here yet. We're going to go play some co-op games with our friends. So co-op RPGs are like Baldur's Gate or, Diablo 4. These are kind of games that you go and you have fun with your smaller friend circle. And you go, it could be turn-based, it could be action, RPG. These are all those RPGs. Then we have the people that grew up with Legos and Lincoln Logs and erector sets. The people that like to create and build and survive. Those are the survival games. We have a whole lot of us that actually enjoy crafting. We enjoy punching trees all day. We enjoy exploring the world and digging holes. We like to dig. A lot of those games all around the survival category. So we typically keep our eyes on the survival games because you never know what might come up and give you that new Lego block that you've been looking for. Then we have our co-op shooters. And Carl says, yeah, shooters are my favorite. He loves watching me play shoot. I don't know what it is. But co-op shooters, these are kind of games like, they just took one offline, that Shatterline. That's going offline. It's getting reworked. They're going to relaunch it later. But yeah, I was kind of sad when that one went off. But there's Caliber. There's a whole handful of them that are coming out. The First Descendant, Once Humans, kind of a shooter. There's a lot. Warface. Warface was a really good one back in the day. Nobody plays anymore, which is sad, but it's still a really good game. But yeah, so that's kind of the other category. We have a lot of players in our community that likes to play co-op shooters together. Next up, we're going to take a look at our eldership team. Right now, I am still the leader, Fogalata. The only way I'm getting unseated is when I pass away. And that's not going to be for a long time, guys, so you're stuck with me. Over there in Chapter 8, we have Donna Liam, Izzy, and Pedro returning elders. And we brought on 2 new elders this quarter with Evil and Zugi. You guys know them. If you play Conqueror's Blade, you know those two. They have, time and time again, put everybody else first and tried to help everybody before themselves. So it's been a really good time. Over in New World, it's kind of dwindling down. It's very quiet over there. Tip is holding the doors open for anyone that wants to play. He's pretty much the last line of defense over there. I don't have really anyone else that's actively playing right now. They're kind of all in a holding pattern until October when we see what all is coming. Over in Elder Scrolls, we have Kitty, Akiran, Sir Henry Vale. They are all over in the Elder Scrolls universe, eldering it up over there. Yep, Kitty, you decided to play it. I'm going to make you an elder if you go over there. Over in Guild Wars 2, we have Jilavad, Gmafog, Micah, and Namri. Those are our GW2 elders. Kitty also plays GW2, so you'll see her over there quite a bit, as does Pedro and Izzy. Now, on our advisory board, these are the people that kind of aren't really involved too much in the chapters right now. There's a lot of times playing adventures. We have Atrim, Haggle, Sea Coral, Terrafer, Chemical, Curiel, Smitty, Tybor, Clan Norton, Radiological, Soren, and Varder. We have several other elders, but they're kind of dormant right now, dealing with life stuff. So, looking at our next set, we got some promotions. Over on the Guardians category, Burial's Soup, Ducky, Flu, and Happy Master and Sudu all made their Guardian rank. In the Veterans column, Crystal, Dark Bat, Dark Raven, Arcane, Kato, Lithium, Lucky Hamster, Luna Ray, Oni, Reinhardt, Shailene, So Mercy, Cynthius, Varvosis, Worcelot, and Roland. They all made their veteran ranks. Over in the member category, we have Angie, Bunny Acid, Dominic, Hellcat, Purple Rain, Asari, Kadigar, Luro. I don't even know how to pronounce that one. Guys, I suck at pronunciations, and that one really throws me for a loop. Old Man Hat, Oliver, Rivik, Rib, Robot Unicron, Shaman Hawkeye, Sir Serial, Stringent, Trees, Valheim Queen, Yoane, and Zachary. All gotten promoted this time. Alright, so, new member-wise, we did alright. We got quite a few new members. Please welcome these folks if you see them around town. Make sure that they feel welcome. We have a lot of them. They're all really special people to us, and we really enjoy playing with them all. Alright. None of this would be possible without these folks right here. These are our Patreons. They help support this community, all the costs that are associated with running the website, getting prizes for our loot vault so that you guys can, spend those tokens and win those raffles. There you go. And then you have, just all the costs that are associated with running this thing. I used to have to work a second job to be able to support my Gaiscioch. And I decided to, after many, many, many years of resisting and people asking me to do it, I finally accepted help and opened up the Patreon. It was probably the best choice of my life because I no longer have to work multiple jobs. I can let Gaiscioch take care of itself. And that's been helping quite a bit. So, alright, so next up, we have some statistics. Right now, the active membership, which is the people that log into our website on a regular basis, is 424 active players. Top 5 active communities by population, via game, I guess. Guild Wars 2 right now, 293 people logging into the website. We have 42 people in Conqueror's Blade. Black Desert has 15, Elder Scrolls Online has 15, and Dune Awakening has 10. Alright, so now it's time for some chapters.
It may be dangerous, but this place, it's stunning.
Think there are any white mantle left in the area? I've heard enough rumors.
Janthier. A storm looms over that place. That is not a territory I wish to cross.
My bear kin have lived in Janthier longer than your cities have stood tall.
Is this?
Surely the strangers do not walk among all lands.
A false god!
Alright, the Janthier Wilds is coming August 20th. So it's just in time for the summer blitz, or the fall blitz. We're going to see another giant blitz of content right around the September month. So if you're interested in that, just check out the conferences. Gamescom, you have the PAX West. There's like 5 conferences all in a short period right there, and there's going to be a whole lot of announcements around it. So we're going to be exploring new lands. We get to wield a spear in combat and test yourself against challenging encounters in the Guild Wars 2 Janthier Wilds. The newest adventure in the world of Tyria will play out over the course of 4 quarterly releases. A year of content, feature updates, and more. Well, what are we getting? Player housing. Big win right there. Everyone's been asking for it for a decade now. You actually get some player housing. You can decorate your house. A lot of stuff going on there. The spear is coming out of the water, and you're going to be able to use it on land. Every single profession is going to have the access to the spear weapon. So that's kind of cool. I've always been waiting for that. Now all I need is a polearm, and I'll be really happy. There's going to be new raids and encounters coming, and then the Wild War Claws. The War Claws are coming out of World world and making themselves useful in the PvE world. So there's going to be a whole lot of new stuff that you can do with your War Claws. There are going to be 2 new armor and weapon sets. A lot of good stuff coming. Now, if you're interested in getting involved in the Guild Wars 2 chapter, we are Gaiscioch. We were on the Sanctum of Raw servers, but now servers don't really matter. Even in World v World, there is no Sanctum of Raw. So, come enjoy Tyria with us. We're going to be exploring this thing. I mean, we have so many events on the calendar. I think last I counted, there's 14 events every week. A whole lot of things going on. We have 298 people playing. It's an MMORPG. It's free to play initially. You do need expansions if you want to go into any of the expansion content. I'm the leader of the community, so feel free to hit me up in Discord anytime, and I'll be happy to walk you through stuff. And then you can join us by going to gsch.info/g/GW2. Alright, next up on the docket.
As Olympus bleeds, torn by Hydra's jaws, and Hades celebrates his triumph. A legend takes shape. A tapestry woven in blood and ambition. Titans will clash. Fates to hang by an Arachne's thread. Beyond borders, the hunger stars. The world awaits its conqueror.
Alrighty, Conqueror's Blade Alexander has launched. It is a new season of Conqueror's Blade. It is the Macedon Empire themed. That's what we're going. Now, there are new servers this season. Elysium Peak is going to be the combination of the NA servers and the South American servers, all on one server together. We have the Crystal Sea, which is the EU one, and then we have Aegis Dawn, which is built for new players. There are 3 new units. The Sunward Phalanx, which you see in the background there. They have these funny metal beards. It's kind of cool. The Companion Cavalry, which is a 4-star cavalry unit that kind of has a long pike and can throw javelins. And then the Siloli Slingers, which throw rocks at people. It's kind of like my old neighborhood. All these people throwing rocks at people. And then over in the regional board, we have the Borderlands, Anadolu, Ungavaria. Those are the 3 regions of the season. The fief locations have been reduced. There's about 10 to 12 less fiefs in every region. So we're going to be closer quarters, I think. It's a 1.5 hour territory wars, which was the original format of the Eastern game. Well, now that My Games is out of the picture, we're matching everything over there in the East. So we got a 1.5 hour territory wars format now. We have new Macedon themed attires and graphical improvements. Alright, so really quick, Gaiscioch is doing something we've never done before. We are actually playing on 3 different servers, all as one community. Now, I don't know if Crystal Sea is going to stick around. We'll see. We might transfer those off and go to the smaller server. We had 1 territory war over there at Crystal Sea, and it was off the hook. Like, literally, there was 15 stacks in every fief everywhere, from the offense and the defense side. It was insane. Like, you couldn't walk across the region without being fielded every couple seconds. It was insane. So I don't know if there's enough room for us to be over there, but, you know, we wanted to check it out and see what it's like over there. It's pretty aggressive, to say the least. We do have an Aegis Dawn training house, which is limited to 30 players. We're going to be trying to get a good solid 20 complete new players joining that house. We're going to try to train them up and bring them on over to Elysium Peak or to the other EU server when we decide to go to the other one. So there's one other server, Silicon, which is the other EU server. I forget what it's called, Sciatica or something of that nature. So we might try that one out next season and see what that's like. But so the Aegis Dawn will be having their territory wars every Saturday at 11 a.m. That's the morning territory wars, and then in the evening we're going to do the territory wars over on Elysium Peak or Eagle Range, which is called right now. So that's our primary powerhouse. We have 100 players pretty much deadlocked in there. People go AFK a week, they get rotated out. I bring them back in when they come back. We're over in the Ungov area. We're home based at Riverside. Houses right now are Gaiscioch and Gaiscioch Dub, but Gaiscioch Dub isn't in the alliance. We are forming up 3 actual houses to fill our alliance. Going to be trying to take on the war this time, because we've tried to be peaceful for a long time, but there's a whole lot of people that just don't like us being peaceful, so they're trying to force us into war. So we're like, okay, fine, you want war, we'll give you war. So now we're warring. So it's going to be hot, heavy, and a lot of violence. So be ready for that if you're playing over on Elysium Peak with us. And those wars happen every Tuesday and Saturday at 6 p.m. So if you want to get involved in the community, head on over to gsch.info/g/cb. We'd love to have you, whether you're playing in the Europe server or in the North American server. Any way you look at it, we'd love to have you along with us. It's been a fun time so far. It is the only Siege Warfare MMO RPG that will give you an adrenaline rush. There, we had like Gloria Victis, and we've tried like Myth of Empires, but nothing matches this kind of scope and scale of Conqueror's Blade. I just haven't found anything that's really that competitive like this is. All right, next up.
Hermaeus Mora and the other betrayers approach. We have no time to waste with mortal nonsense. Warriors of Miramor, stand fast against Mora's minions. The Staff of Many Paths was never meant for mortal hands.
We are at a crossroads and must choose our path wisely.
The devastated area is spawning dangerous beasts. Someone needs to answer for all this.
Overwhelm our foes! Hermaeus Mora cannot save you now!
Alright, Elder Scrolls Online for a while there was being really quiet, but since the launch of the Gold Road and leading up to the Gold Road launch, we've seen a recent resurgence of players in there. We now have some events thanks to ScriptGo. He's been posting up events, getting people together. Kitty's over there being an elder. For the Gold Road, we have a whole new region called Westfield. You can learn how to upgrade unique new skills with scribing. It has a new world event, Miramor Incursions. Man, I can't pronounce that, no matter how many times I practice. New 12-person trials, the Lucent Citadel, and new customizations involving skin styling. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. It is a very beautiful MMO, and probably one of the best if you have a few friends to play with. You can even do this solo now. Like most of this game, you can solo. And that's one of the things that attracts a lot of players. Originally, when it launched, you needed friends for everything, and then they completely flipped it on its head, and now it's mostly solo-friendly with a few things that you can do with friends. Alright, next up.
Through the endless tides of time, they've come to these mythical shores, seeking mastery over death itself. A cruel and beautiful paradise. Where primal forces clash over the island's deepest secrets. Where ancient mysteries awaken. To unleash the power of legends. Where blades and bows unite. Where heroes are forged. And demons are born. This is Eternum.
In what was probably the biggest shocker of the conference season, New World Eternum was announced that it was launching on October 15th. Now, the way that they marketed this made it sound like it's a brand new game, which is the same game that we've already been given, just revamped a little bit. So it's got a fully revamped storytelling approach with enhanced dialogue, in-game cinematics, and pre-rendered scenes. It has the first ever large-scale PvP zone, which I believe is the lower left zone, which is Cutlass Keys currently. It's going to have a new challenging 10-player raid, new in-game solo trials, and swimming. You can finally swim. This always bugged me about New World, because you have all these people that came to this island via boat, and none of them could swim. I just never understood that. So I don't know. Although I did find that in the ancient Irish times, it was bad luck to learn to swim. Yeah, if you were a sailor, it was bad luck to learn to swim. So who knew? I didn't know that. I actually did some research, and that's what I found. So maybe all the people that came to New World were all Irish. Don't know. So you can sign up for this adventure over at gsch.info/newworld. A lot of people are in a holding pattern until October 15th. They're waiting kind of with... they're not quite certain that this is going to be a good thing. There's a whole lot more focus on solo play than on group play, which ESO kind of did and it worked out, so you never really know. All I know is that when a game moves from group play to solo play, it makes it really hard for a community to thrive. Because everyone's playing alone. Nobody wants to play with each other. So that makes it kind of challenging for places like us to thrive there. But we'll see. Come October 15th, I plan on jumping in, seeing if people want to play it. And if people do, we'll play it. If not, we'll move along. We'll go find something else. Alright, let's take a look at what else is coming up.
I hear the Namtaryong Road is now open. You know, the gateway to the capital. The market is full of people. And the majestic gate is a sight to behold. But a beautiful flower tends to hide its thorns. And a high sun creates the darkest of shadows. Does it not pique your curiosity? What lies beyond the palace walls? And that is the very reason you're here. In the heart of it all. Welcome to Soul.
right, so news from the Heidel Ball, which took place yesterday. I got this in there from yesterday. Land of the Morning Light Soul. This is a new area that's going to be opening up. You're going to have a new class called the Dosa. It looks cool if you like using kind of a... It looks like a one-handed katana blade, but, you know, he does a lot of magic, does a lot of slicing, dicing. Looks like a lot of fun. You can check out that trailer too. It's on the official BDO YouTube channel. And then there's going to be palace management system thrown in here. So like when you go to Seoul, you can take over the palace and become like the governor of it in your own little storyline. And then you can have it do resource management, and you got to build it up from ruins, make it a glorious place again. So it's kind of interesting. I have no idea how it's all going to function. I'm looking forward to diving into that and seeing what that's like. Knowing Black Desert, it's going to be a grind. Everything is a grind in Black Desert. There's going to be primordial weapons, the Sovereign line. There's going to be the summer outfit, the Badaka, which is literally like bro wear. If you go down to South Beach, you're going to see nothing but bros wearing khaki shorts and floral shirts. It's pretty much that. I like to refer to it as bro wear. So Jordan Saga, this is like a completely revamped storyline for the Calpheon region. It also changed into the, I forget the S one, but there's another region with the S. I forget the name of it. Sorry, forgive me. But it's a question that goes from one zone to the next, and they've pretty much revamped it, and that's going to all come out on June 26th. If you're interested in getting involved with the community and BDO, just go on over to gsch.info/g/BDO, sign up for the adventure, and let us know that you need an invite. We are Gaiscioch, spelled the same way as everywhere else. In-game, feel free to search for us and join up with us. Let's go and take a look at what our next adventure is.
Survive in a mysterious open world. Recruiting unique barbarians in Soulmask is always exciting. Your tribesmen are your true buddies. With nearly 300 unique talents. Build fully automated pipelines to form a powerful and dynamic tribe.
Warning! Warning! Intruders within 20 meters!
Control your barbarians as a playable character. A game without a fixed protagonist. Collect and upgrade your masks. Combined with 8 weapons and 75 mystery skills. Unlock a distinct gameplay experience. Defeat pyramid monsters. PvE or PvP? Play solo or co-op? Official or dedicated? Your game, you decide. Soulmask is now available on Steam.
Alright, Soulmask is one of our latest adventures. It is quite unique in a lot of ways. You get to recruit a bunch of little clansmen, and you can give them all tasks. You literally say, like, I want you to go collect this, then put it in this storage bank, and then have your other little clansmen come over and say, hey, I want you to take from that storage bank and put it into this thing, and then craft something. You can literally task them to do anything you want. Like, So it's kind of, if you like those games where you're kind of building a refinery and you want to build like the optimal processing, this is kind of your game. There's a lot of survival stuff in here. There's a lot of kind of adventure, like a lot of exploration, solving riddles and puzzles, and it's all kind of based in kind of a South American, Native American theme. So it's pretty neat. You go over to gsch.info/g/smsk, and that will get you over there. We are on the 2006 PvE server. You can have a 20-person tribe there. We have, I think, 18 people, something like that right now. But there's a few people that have not been around for a while, so I might remove them if we start getting more people wanting to join. So we are Gaiscioch the clan. We have a mountainside base, which is pretty much our HQ, and from there we have several bases planted around the world to kind of act as a base camp if you want to go hunting for things. All right, so next up.
Come with me, child. It's time for us to face the true destiny of this world.
Is it anything like what I just saw?
A lunatic who always causes chaos. A zealot that wants to end all life. And last of all, a spendthrift cheat. They claim to be gods, but I can see through to the truth.
The truth?
The Hollow think they can stop Doomsday. What a joke that is.
But Tarisland is being destroyed bit by bit every day.
Chaos and blood provide the best ground for evil to take root in. All tragedies stem from greed and lust. When we met many years ago, I realized that you are special. So go ahead. Join the Hollow. Earn their trust.
Their trust? And then we'll save Tarisland together?
The world doesn't need salvation. What it needs is a true God.
Alright everybody, launching this week was Tarisland. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to play too much. I was too busy working on this here presentation. But it was launched. It is very much a WoW clone, as WoW cloney as WoW clones can be. It is a bit easier and simplified than WoW ever was. I'm not sure it has enough to keep people interested in the game long term. I'm not sure. I mean, I'll have to dive in a little further and see, but so far I've already seen a lot of complaints that it's not going to be it's not going to have the longevity of WoW. I mean, WoW has lasted a long time. This probably needs some more work before it's ready for that. But it is playable on mobile. It is playable on PC. So I'm not sure if the duality there is going to work out as well as it did for Albion Online. Albion Online thrives because it's cross-platform. This, I'm not so sure it's going to, so we'll see. And we are on the NA1 server. We are at the Guild Gaiscioch. It is open, so you can just hot join it anytime you want. Just pull it up, search for Gaiscioch, join it. And you can join the adventure at gsch.info/terrace. Alright, on to our fourth adventure and final adventure before we get on to some of those coming soon things. What do you think it is? What do you think the fourth one is? Go ahead. Toss your guess in there. Let's see. Alrighty. I didn't see any ads, kitty. I don't see any ads. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and check out that fourth adventure. Alrighty, as the indie scene continues to kick out really interesting kind of adventures like these, we had Valheim, Soulmask. I mean, there's a lot of really good kind of survival games that are totally indie and having all these really unique concepts. ASKA kind of takes the best of Valheim and combines it with the best of Soulmask and gives you the ability to build up your own village. The only downside of ASKA is you can have 3 friends with you. So it's a total of 4 players. It is a peer-to-peer game, kind of like the dwarf game that we played was, the Lord of the Rings game. So you got to have your friends online at the same time as you, so you can't work on it while you're away. But then the good news column, things don't expire while you're away too. So you'll just be loading it up every time, getting your friends to join your world, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So we'll probably be checking this out a little later in the year. I'm kind of waiting for some patches to come out, polish it up a bit before I start showing it, and then I'll give you a good look. But if you're interested in playing, go to gsch.info/g/ASKA. You can also enable the tags on our Discord, and that will get you connected with other players that are currently playing it right now. Alright, so next up, we got a few active warbands. So this is all of our little warbands. They're active. We got PAX Day rolling right now. People jumped into there this week, and I can't say that they were super impressed. Black Desert has been going for about 3 months now. Tarisland, we just launched that this week. Baldur's Gate 3, still have a bunch of players still playing that pretty regularly. Soulmask, we got a community of about 19, 18 players over there doing that. Final Fantasy XIV, people still enjoy this. New expansion just launched. Deep Rock Galactic, Kitty loves this game. If you ever want to play, hit up Kitty. Paella still has events every single week over there in this nice cozy game. And Shrouded is kind of on its way out right now. We're kind of rolling it out. Weren't getting anybody showing up on our server, so we're shutting that down. Not sure if anybody's still playing, but there's still people showing as active, so maybe somebody's playing. Helldivers 2, I know the Harkonis has been doing events in there pretty regularly. Conan Exiles, hit up Sir Henry Vale if you want to get involved in this. He's still running a bunch of servers for this one. And ASKA, some people are kind of curious about this one. We're looking for people to play with. So reach out, hit us up on Discord if you want to play any of these games. You can enable all of these channels and talk and see if others out there want to play it with you. In any case, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the games that are coming soon.
Long ago, the star of Siliveth shattered. Its fragments spread across the land, granting immense power to a lucky few. But where there is light, there is also darkness. Malevolent forces have arisen, seeking to claim the power of the stars for themselves. You must harness this celestial power. Fight back against the Archaeum Legion and free our world. Silesium is a vast, living, breathing open world with diverse environments to explore and deadly enemies to defeat. Shapeshift into legendary creatures to carry you through the air and over the waves. Push back against the Legion in tactical combat across a seamless world. Take up arms and join others as you fight alongside fellow guild members. As your skill grows, you'll unlock powerful new abilities. Adjust your fighting style to counter your enemies. Use ranged attacks to draw your enemies in. And swap to hard-hitting melee to finish them off. The Legion isn't the only enemy you'll need to fight. Battle other players in PvP dungeons. Player-controlled castle sieges, open-world combat, and conquest battles for territory. Gather your guild. Prepare for battle and claim the throne.
Alright folks, the wait is over. It is go time. Open beta is July 20th through 23rd. Launch is September 17th. Now, before I go any further, I have to put a big heartfelt please, 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 please try this for yourself. Make your own impression about this game. There are so many biased people that want this game to fail just because it's NCSoft making it. They have no other reason than they just want to see NCSoft fail. Personally, I have liked everything I've seen about this game so far. The changes they've been making, the stuff that I've seen over in Korea. This, like the guild system, actually helps bring people together and play together. This, as a community game, is absolutely built for communities like ours. Now, if people were just to listen to the noise that's out there, people are going to write this game off. You might be writing off the one game that this has on our future docket that could potentially be a chapter. This could absolutely be a chapter. I will tell you right now that if people give this a chance, I guarantee you they will actually enjoy it. There's just so many biased people out there. And we even have people in our Discord that want to naysay this game. And I'm just saying, don't take my word for it. Don't take their word for it. Don't take anyone's word for it. Make up your own word and try it. It's free. It's a free game. You'll be able to download it, try it yourself, and make your own choices. Please do that. Okay? If you like it, great. If you don't, oh well. You didn't lose anything. So, we are going to be rolling up in here. We're going to be creating a Gaiscioch. I will try to do a Gaiscioch for the July 20th beta. And then September 17th, if I'm not around, we will have elders in place to set up the guild. I am looking to visit Slovakia this summer, so at the end of the summer, in September, October timeframe. I might not even be here at the time that this all hits, which is going to suck, but hopefully we'll survive. But this could potentially be the next big thing, guys. I've been kind of telling you this for a while. I've seen things that I can't talk about. And I really want you guys to try it for yourself before you decide whether or not you're going to play this. You might be pleasantly surprised. And they had me at Otter, so I could be at Otter when I'm in the ocean. I'm there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what else is coming up.
Perhaps humans were fated to build the monoliths, reaching heaven and returning with a gift. Stardust. But mankind was given more than it wished for. Not progress, but chaos. Every new height brings a terrible fall. And yet hope still glimmers, even in the depths of the unknown, like mayflies. We die to live again. The smallest creatures show the greatest resilience. Wherever we remain standing, we stand together.
Alright, for those of you that like a little survival with your shooter, this game is it. Once Human is a multiplayer open world survival game set in a strange post-apocalyptic future. You can unite with friends to fight monstrous enemies, uncover secret plots, compete for resources, and build your own territory. Once you are a mere human, now you have the power to remake the world. Now, I have to tell you, from playing this in the little beta that's been going on, this is very much like a successor to Secret World. If you ever played Secret World, it plays a whole lot like that. Seriously has some Secret World vibes. And it is a fantastic game. It is way better than I imagined it would be. Coming from the team that built it, you know, they're another one of those companies that everyone loves to hate, but it actually is a really good game. So I would try it for yourself. If you like the post-apocalyptic survival shooter games, definitely give this a try. It's free. What do you have to lose? You know? So give it a try. It's going to be fun. I think you're going to enjoy it. So definitely give it a look, and we'll continue on to the next one here.
We must follow the will of the ancestors. Accept your calling, Descendant.
The Descendants are risking their lives for us, for Albion. Rise, my warriors! Give your lives for Clippo!
It's the Ironheart! This could wipe out all of the Vulgus, right? That's so cool!
Countless descendants have shed blood to protect the sanctity of this great place. Despite their efforts, humanity is still at risk of extinction. And you are the only chance we have.
There's a Grave Walker.
Alright, as much as I wanted to show the latest trailer, which is available on their YouTube, they used a very popular song that almost certainly would have gotten me a copyright strike. So, yeah. Couldn't use that one. But yeah, this game is coming out on July 2nd. We're definitely going to have a bunch of players playing it. It is a 4-player cooperative game, so it's not quite an MMO per se. It's more of a cooperative shooter kind of like Caliber is. So it is, I believe, free to play as well. I'm not sure if there's a price to it, but you should be able to download it and play it. gsch.info/g/TFD if you want to get involved. We will have some people playing. It is one of our summer adventures, and if you think about it, all these games that you've seen so far are literally coming out before the end of, September. Like, it's like August, July, June, all of this great content coming out. So we've got a lot of fun in store over the next few months. Now I'm going to kind of show you some of the stuff that's coming up down the road. So this is going to be a little longer of a wait, but I think that it's worth it. So go ahead and give it a look and see what you think. Alright, for those that were not aware, there is a really beautiful MMO experience on the horizon. There's a game called Chrono Odyssey, which is a next-generation action MMORPG. The game features awe-inspiring visuals powered by the Unreal Engine 5, a vast and intricately designed seamless open world, dynamic action-based combat, mechanics based on time manipulation, and extensive customization. Everything I've seen so far for this is screaming that it's going to be a very beautiful experience. They have a tremendous amount of art available for this game that you can check out. A lot of videos that you can see. There are some gameplay videos out there as well. Again, using copyrighted songs, so I can't really use it. But, you know, overall, this game is looking like it could be a pretty big thing for 2025. So if Third and Liberty doesn't work out, we always have this on the horizon. I'm pretty sure this will grab the attention of a lot of our former ESO and New World communities. I'm pretty sure that the same type of players that like those two games will like this game. So we'll see how that all goes. You can go on over to gsch.info/g/co if you're interested in following this adventure. Alright, next up.
The only peace I find is a future that never happened. One where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. I created the future until it created me. But I see a narrow way, a path that might have been. What if my mother had obeyed her orders and given birth to a girl? Everything would change. Dr. Yue exposed before his betrayal. A world where my father lives. House Atreides surviving the Battle of Arrakeen. Sardaukar deployed to protect the spice melange. A war of assassins spreading across the planet. Fremen exterminated. No Muad'Dib. No Lisan al-Gaib. No Kwisatz Haderach. All of my visions lead to horror. Except for this one. This one leads to you.
Alright, so there was a big conference on June 20th with a lot of information about Dune Awakening. Now, there is some clarification that had been put out there that they don't want you to think of this as an MMORPG. They want you to think of this more as an open world survival MMO. It is very much a survival MMO built on surviving and building and crafting. So if you're not into survival games, you might not like this one. But it is Dune. And everybody loves Dune, so maybe you would like it even if it was survival. So I don't know. So we're going to give this a try. I'm absolutely certain this is going to be a pretty significant thing for a little while. There's a lot of PvE and PvP content available, so it should be really interesting to see how it all incorporates together. And we'll be rolling out there as a big pack of Gaiscioch. So I really look forward to exploring this one with you guys, if you choose to join us. And it is entering that closed beta phase. I'm pretty sure it's running right now. They have a closed beta going with some NDAs. So hopefully we'll have some open beta time here in the near future, and that would be a really good time to jump in and check it out and kind of see what kind of community tools they have, and we can see where it's going to go. So gsch.info/g/Dune if you want to check out this game. We got one more coming soon for you guys. This one, oh man, it gives me the goosebumps every single time. All right, here you go.
Where yon the veil did I chance to see you, The little minnow in the clear. A foundling here of mother's sorrow, conveyed to me by beaver, by sparrow. Blighted, yes, or so they say. More righted, though, in fayish way. So come gather motes of living words. Come gather arms against old and herd. And join our family beyond your blood. For Blight is child of...
Alright, if you did not know, the team that made Warframe is producing a free-to-play MMORPG inspired by Studio Ghibli's Princess Mononoke. If you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend you go check it out. It is by far my favorite Studio Ghibli flick, and is definitely worth a watch. I mean, come on, Gillian Anderson's in it. Well, at least in the English track. But, you know, still, this game has a really fantastic story. It's literally 99.9% story-based. Like, so much story in this thing. And if you like kind of a storytelling in your action combat, this is definitely a thing. Now, on July 20th, they are hosting the first ever Soulframe dev stream at TennoCon 2024. So definitely tune into their stream. It's probably going to be going all day like it usually does. I think it might actually go several days. But Soulframe's going to be displaying stuff there, so we might get a beta date, a release date. Who knows what we're going to get. But if it's the Warframe team, if you've ever played Warframe, you know how smooth and wonderful the gameplay is. So you're going to be taking on the role of an envoy and travel between the physical and soul worlds. You're going to converse with ancients that you've discovered. You're going to focus on 3 virtues to help you dictate your role: courage, grace, and spirit. You can work together in solo or co-op to explore the island, tackle enemies, and solve puzzles. Utilize swordplay and magic to decimate your enemies, and summon animal familiars to aid you in your journey, such as a hulking wolf that you can ride as a mount. Should be a lot of fun. In any case, gsch.info/g/soul. So looking at our overall watch list, it's starting to thin out a little bit. We got a lot of our games that we've been waiting for hitting the release dates. Down there at the bottom, we have First Descendant, Once Human, Throne Liberty. Those are all on deck. Those are coming out real soon here. Chrono Odyssey, Soulframe, and Dune Awakening are probably the next batch that are going to come out. Path of Exile 2 actually does look like it's getting some movement, so we might see that one come out fairly soon. Blue Protocol is still quiet. I have not heard anything about Blue Protocol since it went kind of dark. Bitcraft is also releasing some betas, so if you're interested in betting Bitcraft, definitely sign up for that. Kinfall is a Turkish game, and there's been a lot of testing around it, but I have not been invited to a single test. I don't know anybody that has. So I don't know if it's a game that they're even bringing people outside Turkey into, but it does have some interesting flair to it. And then Orc Age 2, we're still kind of curious as to what's going to go on over there. You know, some of our contacts have approached us about things for that, so we'll see. Maybe something will develop. And Haven Hold, that's a little game that we've been kind of advising. We're currently in test right now, and all of those are NDA bound, but I can tell you that we're continuing to help try to make that the best game possible. Regarding Ashes of Creation, Camelot Unchained, Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, same thing as last time, guys. Just waiting for those days. Don't know when it's coming, but as soon as we know, we'll let you know. Alright, so let's jump on over to the polls real quick. Here we go. Go ahead and enter that URL in there. I will, it should be locked up at the top of, well, it's no longer locked up at the top. Alright, let me post that URL in there for you. Let me post the GSCH thing in there as well. There you go. Oh, come on now. Alright. There you go. There's the poll URL. Go on over to that real quick. We'll get started here in a second. Alright, back. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. It's up here in the Portland metro area. We have the highest pollen count in the entire United States. Yeah, that was a fun factoid that dropped on my desk this week. So yeah, allergy season is upon us. It is sieging the castle. Oh man, I've been getting hit so hard. Alright, let's go ahead and start this up. First question. Is this your first Gaiscioch Community Summit? Whoa, look at that. We got 20%. There we go. People voting. There we go. Looks like we got 4 newcomers. Welcome to those of you joining us for the very first time. Thank you so much for coming out. 5 newcomers. Wow, we got 5. That's awesome. It's great to have you with us. Thank you so much for being here. Alright, this is kind of my baseline. We got about 26 votes total. Alright, let's go ahead and go to question number 2. What chapters are you currently participating in? There we go. Give you guys a few seconds here. Missing 2 voters. There we go, 25, almost 26. Alright, so we're looking at Guild Wars 2. There you go. We got 29 on that one. 30. Nice. Climbing. There we go. 32. Alright. Alright, seems to have stopped there. Guild Wars 2 is definitely our largest of the attendees today. 46.9%. Over there in Conqueror's Bladeland, 25%. Elder Scrolls Online with 21.9%. And then New World with 6.3%. Next up. Which adventures are you currently playing? Let's see what little games people are playing. We got some Warframe, Deep Rock Galactic, Tarisland. Wow, Tarisland jumped out there pretty good. Soulmask, nice. Here's some BDO folks showing up. We got an ASKA player. There we go. Baldur's Gate 3, still pretty high up there. Alright, we got about 29 people voted. Pretty close. It looks like it's stabilized. So right now Tarisland is the big adventure with Black Desert and Baldur's Gate 3 following. Well, there we go. Baldur's Gate 3 jumped up to tie Tarisland right now. And then we have Black Desert with 15.6%. Soulmask, Deep Rock Galactic, Enshrouded, Warframe, all next up on the list. And then we got a 4-way tie with Pax Day, Blood of Steel, ASKA, and Albion Online. Alright, moving even further. There goes Baldur's Gate up in front. 7 people currently say that they are playing Baldur's Gate. Now that is just the attendees listening to this event. So, alright, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Which types of games do you enjoy? Let's see where you all stack up on this one. No, I did it as that. That means you flip that to percent. There you go. Maybe. I wonder if it'll change. Yep. Sweet. There we go. Oh, you know what? Here, let me flip that to multiple choice for you guys. I didn't realize I solo choiced it. Go ahead and multiple choice it now. Sorry about that. There you go. Go ahead and put in all your answers again if you haven't already. See where you all stack up. You can't go back? Doesn't let you go back? Oh, that's sad. What if there's a reset? Sad panda. Well, there you go. Alright, so you can see MMOs are still our primary. We got survivals and shooters as a secondary there. And then you got Siege Warfare coming up third, and then co-op RPGs are that last place spot there. But for the most part, this is where people love to spend their time. This is pretty much the genres I've seen pretty much every one of the games that people are interested in fall into. So that's kind of what we're rolling with. Alright, so let's go ahead and see which upcoming adventures are you looking forward to of the 3 that we showed. All 3 very good games. Like, I think that they're all going to be pretty entertaining to play. It's going to be interesting to see which one sticks around. Alright, we're at 42 now. There we go. Alright, Throne and Liberty leading with the 54%. That's good news for me because it means that my time is not going to be wasted trying to get all that set up. First Descendant, I expect we'll probably be playing that with some friends. And Once Human, I'm not sure how big of a community we can build there, but it'll be interesting to see what we can do together. So we're pretty much split between the two at 23.3%. Alright, next up, let's take a look at what games on the horizon are you most interested in. There's a whole lot of them here, folks, so please feel free to choose several. Alright, looking pretty stable. We have, wow, 88 votes this time. Nice. So Chrono Odyssey is leading the pack with 20.5%. Dune Awakening with 18.2%. Then we have Ashes of Creation with 15.9%. Hopefully it releases before my retirement. We have Soulframe, 13.6%. I wholeheartedly expect that's going to be a pretty significant game once it comes out. Arcade 2, we have a lot of people anticipating this one with an 8.0. Underneath that, we have Path of Exile 2. Oh, look, people are still voting. Nice. All right. And then after that, the Kinfall and Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. I think both of those would be fairly decent. Calendar and Chain has dropped to a 3.3. At one point, that was a leading game. Like, literally, that was the 100% max game. It's kind of sad to see it drop down to 3.3. Blue Protocol with a 2.2. And then Ashfall, Bitcraft, and Havenhold with 1.1. Alright, so got a couple more questions for you. Here you go. How do you rate this summit? Go ahead, be honest. I can only improve if I know something's wrong, so please feel free to give me those 1s, 2s, and 3s if you feel I deserve them. So I'm okay with it. I'm human. All right. Now, what I should have done is ask what you guys want more of. I always forget to add that question on there. All right, that's pretty well split. All right, so next up, we are going to go ahead and do the AMA with the Community Roundtable. Hop on over to Discord. There is going to be a channel there called Gaiscioch Town Hall. Inside there, we will be meeting, and we'll be able to raise hands, and feel free to ask your questions in the chat. There'll be a little chat thing in the top right you'll be able to use. And let's go ahead and do our raffles. If you haven't done so yet, please type GSCH now. And we will be raffling off here in a second. Alright, where's that one post? Let me sticky it. There you go. Pin in a new message. Type GSCH. There you go. You haven't done so already. Yeah, I fully expect Ashes of Creation to be part of my AARP membership. I will be disappointed if it's not. Being I signed up for it when I was nearly 20. No, I'm kidding. I was probably 30. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Part of my AARP plan. That and Camelot Unchained, man. It's gonna be my hips unchained at that point. Need to learn to walk again. Alright, let's go ahead and roll this thing. Alright, first game goes to Gunhag. Congratulations. I will hit you up after the stream for you to select a game out of the Gaiscioch loot vault, and I will send you over the code. Alright, for number 2, let me go ahead and get Gunhag open. Oh, I don't forget. Alright, so second winner is Kyriel. Congratulations. That should brighten your day. It's a good day to be a winner. Get free games today. Alright. Alright folks, let's go ahead and jump on over to the community roundtable. I'm going to go to push to talk mode. Alright everybody, thank you so much for joining. Yes, at this point you are going to want to mute Twitch so you can be here in Discord. Is anybody having problems getting over to Discord? You all able to get there? Discord.gg/GSCH. Right there at the bottom, we are in the very first channel, which is Gaiscioch Town Hall. Alright, so Kyriel's first question. Could we add a Discord watch party event for the live dev cast in July for, I already forgot which game that you mentioned. If you want to set that up, you can certainly do so. There's no, I don't think I have anything that prevents people from doing that. I've tried to do some watch parties in the past, and we've all just kind of sat in a room and watched it on YouTube and said, I'm not really sure how the Discord watch party works, but if you can figure it out, I'd be happy for you to set that up. Alright, so go ahead and click the raise hand button if you'd like to ask a question verbally. Otherwise, just open up the chat text, type it in there, and I will try to hit up the questions as they come in. Any question goes. There are no stupid questions, only stupid answers. So if I can't answer it, I'll try to answer it. Hey CJ, I hope you're feeling better, man. It's good seeing you pop up in here. Billy's syncing up some stupid questions. Here we go. I know it. Here it comes. It's like challenge accepted. All right. Where are the hands? I don't see any hands. All right. Does anyone have any questions today? This is going to be the world's shortest roundtable ever. Is there a problem with the hand button? Hey, you know what? You earned that promotion. So, Shimon. You did the work. You put in the time. You get the promotion. So it's not really just me granting you a promotion. You earned that promotion. So congratulations to you, and you well earned it. Does looking at a picture of the sun hurt your eyes? You should be okay with that. But I don't know that the camera likes it too much. How are we approaching the launch of the Throne and Liberty to ensure it's a successful chapter? Are we already working towards trying to recruit for it? For games like Throne and Liberty and games like Guild Wars 2, Elder Scrolls Online, we do not usually ramp up recruitment until after we get in. This is largely because our community has 9,000 members in it. We recruit from within first, and then we fill the outer population. This is to ensure that we don't, kick open the floodgates and end up with another rift situation with a guild system that only allows 100. If we only can have 100 people, we don't want to bring 1,000 people to the door. That's just really rough. So we want to make sure that the people that are already members can get in first, and then once we see how we are after 1 month, then we open the doors to everybody else and start recruiting outwardly. So that's kind of how we typically operate, because we want to have the community that we know to be able to support, get the event systems up, get all of the fine tuning done, get it streamlined, and then we welcome in the new players that can then plug into our system seamlessly and already have a vibrant community to join. Gripko says, can't raise hands if you're a healer, let them fall off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who's the healer, kitty? Who's the healer? Why isn't 11 pronounced 21? I don't know. Why is gooder not a word? Regarding the NDA question, Trithia, when it comes to NDA, always veer on the side of caution. Don't link anything ever, please. Puts a bad name on us, so don't even mention it. You know what we're up to. We do have several projects right now that Gaiscioch is involved in. I think a total of 8 NDA projects. So, yeah, if you like doing things that are top secret that nobody can ever know about, not even your cat, definitely hit me up. We have some knitting clubs, as we call them, because nobody ever talks about knitting clubs. And there's a whole range of games that you guys don't even know we're involved in that we're actually involved in. We've actually had some surprising ones that I didn't even know were in development that approached us and asked us to be a part of their team putting it together. So it's quite interesting. So 250 is typically where we're looking for chapters. That's usually the right player number that sustains a game healthfully. At that point, it kind of self-sustains. Anything less than 250, we find that it takes a lot of work to keep it running. But yeah, we've had chapters as low as 200. Like Conqueror's Blade, still thriving. Very, very active community over there. Alright, what? You didn't enjoy rolling 3 to 8 characters to start multiple Gaiscioch guilds? Yeah, I roll 3 to 8 characters anyway, so it's no worries. Can I eat my Himalayan salt lamp? I would not advise it, especially if it's plugged in. That is definitely not advisable. We've already had the pineapple pizza discussion. We know pineapple pizza is an appropriate pizza. I had the TS in the Army? Does that count? Sure. I don't know what the TS is. But I'm sure it's okay. Oh, Skripko was legitimately looking forward to learning how to knit until I found it was boring testing. Well, Skripko, if you really want to learn how to knit, I think Morgan or Gmod Fog would be happy to show you. We have quite a few knitters. I know how to embroider. I can show you how to embroider. You want to do cross stitch, I could teach you cross stitch, but I never really did the knitting thing. That was kind of my mom's thing. My football coach in high school taught me how to knit, or not knit, but embroider. You want to know why? And this is a grand secret you probably never even thought of. When you are a young adolescent suffering from dyslexia and ADHD, you can't focus worth a damn. But let me tell you, this little trick that my football coach Johnson taught me: embroider before a football game. Why? Because it gets your mind to focus, and you're doing something with your hands so that you can listen and retain all that data. Honestly, I was embroidering before every football game throughout high school, throughout my collegiate years, and people would, start to make fun of me, but by the end of the season, they were freaking doing it too. So, I don't know. It was a nice little kind of stimulation for my hands so that my brain can focus. And that really helped me through. So embroidering became a way of life for me. So, little fun fact. Yeah, I can do cross stitch. I can't do like actual knitting yet. Which is better, the F-14 or F-18? F-18. In video game speak, at least. I've never flown either one of them, so I can't really tell. But in a video game, I like the F-18s. Alright. Are we planning to play any shooting games? We play several shooting games. We actually have several of them up on the list. Once Human is going to be a shooting game. We have the First Descendant, which is a shooting game. There is the Caliber, which we still have people playing. People want to play regularly, but they're looking for people. So hit up the shooting game category. If you go onto our Discord, up at the top, there's channels and roles. Make sure that you've activated the shooting game. Yeah, Helldivers is constantly going. Yeah, make sure that you have the channels enabled. That will help you find groups to play with. Pedro is always doing shooting games too. We've even had a few of us install Ghost Recon Wildlands again to start playing that a little. Yeah, Starship Troopers Extermination, that's actually launching full here soon. I was kind of a little disheartened that My Games was taking over the publishing of that game, but the developers had it going on beforehand, so as long as the dev team continued to be the dev team, I think the game will do alright. We did Destiny 2 and Rainbow Six Siege for a while. It didn't really stick very long. We do have Warframe with the latest patch that just came out. We have a whole bunch of people. Zugi Zork is actually playing Warframe quite regularly. If you want to get involved with that, hit up Zugi. Alright, anyone else? What else we got? I don't see any hands raised. Is the hand raising broken? Usually we get one or two. Alright, Kitty's got a hand raise. I'll invite you to speak. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Hello. So this is not a question, but a comment. I want to thank you, Fog, for making this place inclusive. I can be myself and be loved and be appreciated, even though I am not out to my family in the outernet. Thank you for being an ally for the LGBTQ plus community.
You're very welcome. We started this place as a place where all people can belong, not just the ones that are like me. We're all weird and creative and fun in our own ways, and I think we need to embrace that and just be the weird that we are, So, all love to everybody.
Didn't hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Twitch didn't hear you? Let me see about that.
Okay, Mika and Jasmine says yes.
All right. Go ahead and try again, Kitty. See if that works. Change the audio input.
Okay. Thank you for making this place inclusive. I can be myself. I am not out to my family just yet. And thank you for being an ally.
You're very welcome. All right, we can hear you now. So that's thank you so much, Kitty, for doing it twice. It's hard to say the first time is hopefully easier to say the second. But we love you and we appreciate everybody. Like so, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right, any other hands raising? All right, they changed some things. Nominate Dawn. So, Kitty, I think there's a button that you can leave the stage. Or the speaker. There you go. Alright, any other hands or any other questions? Let's see. Corned beef, next chapter. Definitely something that needs to be on my dinner plate. Well, the Trithian asks, are there any ways community can help with the workload on the website right now? The biggest thing is if you're involved in one of our chapters or bigger communities, you have access to the training post. You're always welcome to enter in various recipes in there to get items that are frequently requested on that training post. People can use those and claim work orders and whatnot and fill those to earn some contribution points. And then Pedro says, as we add new games to our rotation and try to get them to grow, like BDO, are there plans to create walkthrough videos or how-tos, other documentation for the magazine or videos to help returning players? We have an area on our Discord. That's the tavern area. I've created several guides in those already. But we will be publishing new articles on our magazine as they come in and as I have them available. It just takes somebody being willing to write them. I mean, that's the honest thing, is I can't do everything myself, guys. So if you wanna make a guide, you're more than welcome to. We'll publish it. There's going to be a new guide section available on the website here soon. I'm still working on the finishing touches for it, but you'll be able to post guides directly onto the Gaiscioch site, and they'll be viewable to people on our Gaiscioch site. So yeah, I hope to have that up here soon and get that involved and see how that all works. But yeah, you know, our magazine was rolling fine until we ran out of writers. And it was just me and Gmo writing everything. So yeah, if you want to write some guides, please feel free to write up guides, send them to me, or I can show you how to use the magazine site and get you involved in that. And we can start publishing some more articles. It'd be good. Otherwise, once the guide section goes up, you'll be able to create them on the fly. Trying to catch up with everything here. Yeah, right now the biggest thing that you can add to the trading post is stuff that you actually want to order and get some. So if there's something that you want that's not in the trading post list, you can add it. Oh, somebody muted me? Ouch. How did that even happen? Oh well. I guess I was misbehaving or something. Gaiscioch events have often been open to the whole server. That's how I found you. In GW2, will we be doing something similar in Black Desert? All of our events are listed on the Looking for group, and anyone's welcome to join them. So, you know, it's the stuff that we're doing right now. We've been working on building our ships, so it's all been guild based. So you have to be in our guild to actually do it. The good news is we got the pieces necessary to build our first guild ship. We're still working on the second guild ship, trying to do all the guild missions to get that going. And once that happens, we're going to go and fight some sea monsters and do some big boat things. Now, I am going to start streaming some of our chapter events again in our little adventure events again. I kind of took a hiatus for a little while I was trying to work on all this stuff. But yeah, I will be kind of bringing up some live streaming events here in the near future to try to show off what we're doing as a community. As always, I will mute Discord so that your voices aren't cast over the live streams. Alright, and we do have several Guild Wars 2 events going that are all different kinds of ranges. I've actually started doing an endgame event on Monday nights where we've been doing strike missions, the Dragon Stand, we've been doing the convergences, and then trying to blitz at least one of the weekly Rift regions. The strike missions have turned out to be a lot of fun. We've been having a lot of good times doing those, so it's been a lot of good stuff. And it's great if you're trying to learn how to raid. They're kind of a great intro to that. Pedro's asking the meaning of life question again. Do you guys know what the meaning of life is? Come on, I give you the answer every time. You guys should know this by now. The meaning of life is for you to find the meaning of your life. And only you can find that. Everyone's is different. The meaning of your life is something you gotta find for yourself. Alright, so let's see. Trying to catch up. Might have missed any. If I missed you, please feel free to restate it. Took a minute to get you guys rolling. Oh, I'm sorry if I AFK and you were talking to me and I wasn't there. I do that a lot. I'm like here and then I'm not, and you should try going shopping with me. You'll be like talking to me and you'll turn around and I'll be gone and you'll be like, where the hell did he go? Ooh, shiny. There's something shiny over here. I need this. Yep. Oh man, I scrolled way up there. I don't even know how I did that. All right, 42. Yep, that's the answer. Yeah, we're gonna have some pretty big stuff going on in Throne of Liberty. We might even do something like the Great Tyranny Adventure there, if I get the support for it. Pedro asked how the launch of TL was going to be handled. I kind of... Yeah, well, we're still in discussion. I'm going to have to see when my trip is going. But, the general rule of thumb is when we launch into a new game, nobody create the guild except me. The reason we do that is because there are several games that have come into existence that it's bound to the account that created it. And then you don't, like, even if you try to transfer it, it usually takes some time, like a month, sometimes a few weeks before you can transfer leadership. Or even still, things like Conqueror's Blade, it's bound to the account holder. So, like, for the purple tag in Gaiscioch, like, if I was to give that to somebody else and you were to try to transfer it, it wouldn't come with you. Because it's bound to my actual account. So it's really important that I'm the first person that creates a game, or the guild in that game. Sometimes I have founders packs and stuff like that assigned to my account, and if you try to create it, none of that stuff gets applied to the guild. So never create a Gaiscioch guild without asking first, because we want to make sure that it has the stuff that we're paying money for applied to it. And TL is definitely going to be a big thing, so... You know, Tarisland kind of upset me a little bit on that front because I literally reserved Gaiscioch on my account as the name for our clan. We had everyone sign up through it, and then Pedro went and created Gaiscioch on Tarisland. Like, it was nothing. I'm like, well, what was the whole purpose of the reserve your name bit? So, yeah, that was not good. I was kind of a little distraught about that, how you were even able to do that, so... But yeah, please do not create Gaisciochs anywhere unless you ask. Most of the time I'll say go for it, but in the event that we have somebody paying money to open that with some special goods, we don't want that to go to waste. So it's very important that we have that. But yeah, I will designate a person to create it if I'm not available. Most likely it'll be Don or Pedro that create it. Usually I have somebody that can do it for me if I'm not available. I've never had a chapter open without me being there, so I'm hoping to be there. But in that month that I'm gone after that, if I go to Slovakia in October, it'll be up to my elders to help run the ship while I'm away. And then when I get back, we will figure out what we got, and we will roll with it. We'll try to schedule some events. Now, the fun part's going to be, if I do October, I'm going to be rolling into the Extra Life event hot. So that's going to be pretty crazy. But the good news is, I got a passport, people. So, European meetups, you just wait. We're going to do some European meetups. Finally be able to meet people like Micah and Namri and, you know, Lady and... Jillabod, you know, nobody's safe out there anymore. Fog's coming. Yeah, that'd be fun. No, the last time I had a passport was when I was 10. So I finally got my passport. So the world is now open to me. I am no longer safe from mother-in-law. I gotta meet my mother-in-law for the first time in 15 years. How's that? I mean, come on, that's a legendary husband status right there. Not having to meet the in-laws for 15 years? That's pretty good. Alright, folks. It's creeping up right around that 2-hour mark. I'm going to have to adjourn this so you guys can have fun on your Sundays here. But, yeah. Alright, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I do hope that you enjoyed the stream. If you have any more questions, feel free to hit me up in Discord. I'm usually on there and available. Just PM me or ask in the general chat. Usually I'll see it and I'll respond. Happy to work with any of you, and I really look forward to the coming months. We had a lot of fun stuff coming up. Till next time, Slong of Oil. Love you all. I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks so much for being here.